episode of Vulgar Video Vlogtober. I am your host, Jessica, and this is my lovely co-host,
Emma.
And today we are going to be watching Hereditary, continuing on with our modern horror movie saga week. So going in, we know that it is the longest movie we have watched for this channel. The runtime is
127 minutes. So 2 hours and 7 minutes. Easily the longest that we've ever watched. Is from 2018. The director is Ari Aster. Our little description here will say, when Ellen, the matriarch of the Graham family, passes away, her daughter and grandchildren begin to unravel cryptic and increasingly terrifying secrets about their ancestry, trying to outrun the sinister fate they seem to have inherited. We are watching this on Prime. Again, that is a struggle for modern horror movies, is you can't really find them on the free-to-watch, no-pay apps. So it is on Prime. A lot of people have Prime though, so
yeah,
take advantage of it. What is your thinking going into this one? Because I don't even know much about this one.
I don't really know anything about it either. I know when it came out, like, the critics were raving about it, and that's pretty much it. I'm going in just as cold as you are. No spoilers for me.
Yeah, I haven't even watched any sort of reviews or read any reviews on it, so I have no freaking idea what it's about. The only thing I can see on the little poster is it is from A24, which they are known for doing very good horror and thriller movies, so hopeful here. It's gonna be a minute until we're back.
Alrighty then. We will see you guys in about...
In a bit. In a little while.
Yeah, it's going to be a hot minute. So we'll see you guys in about 127 minutes. Well, that was odd.
That was Hereditary. Everything I heard going into this is that this is, such an amazing horror film and it's going to change the genre, all that sort of stuff. I don't see that in this film. It does utilize a lot of the scares that we have seen even in just the previous 2 or 3 that we've done for modern horror. The sound strike jump scare, which is great because it means you have to pay attention to it. It utilizes that quite heavily, and we saw that used far better in Woman in Black, in my opinion. As far as the story goes, you're not giving us enough here to set up your ending. You're giving us these tiny little bits that may suggest the ending, but you're not giving enough to make it, I think the best word I could use is deserved. So that's it for the story. In terms of performances and production values, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Everybody did a great job going into this one. Everybody from the sound guy, actors, director, writing, everything is solid. Jessica?
Overall, I felt like I didn't know where we were going with the story. There was a lot of downtime, I felt like. Of course, some of that downtime included the creepy scenes, but just in general, there was just a lot of downtime for majority of the movie. We get character development in a sense that these people are going through trauma and are hallucinating, but at the same time, it's just kind of like there's no real purpose for their horror per se. Again, as we stated before, I don't want to be spoon-fed, but at the same time, I would just like some kind of indication where I'm going.
Yeah, just some crumbs. Not, we require crumbs, not literally, if you ever watch, a CSI program or something, we don't want to have to, squirt it down with some luminol or something to figure out where the plot's going. Just give us just a crumb.
I was very, like, bored, if I'm honest. Because, again, I was just kind of like, in my head, I was like, where are we going? Is this a demon movie? Is this a ghost movie? I wasn't really sure, like, what it is that it was. And then when it finally gets to explaining itself, the movie's over. We get 5 minutes of explanation of what it ended up being, and it just kind of sucked. Like, it was just creepy for the sake of being creepy. That's just how it felt that the creepy shots were. Well, that was just a waste of having creepy scenes. It was just creepy to be creepy, and the ending just kind of like
pretty much.
Really don't know how else
the way it
to
works is
describe
the
it.
ending is better than everything else that came before it, but that's a problem because nothing really set up the ending. With all this shit talking that we have done, we do have to acknowledge the scene where Charlie dies.
That was
That was unexpected.
Yeah.
And hit hard AF. I have very rarely seen her with her mouth open, like just being like, during a scene. I don't think she's ever seen me with my mouth open. My mouth was open.
We were just generally in shock.
Yeah. I did say I thought Charlie would be the first to die. I didn't think it was going to be like that.
And I thought that she was going to end up being possessed, but we were both right and wrong at the same time. Because she ends up possessing her brother at the end of the movie. Her brother's body, anyway. She's not come off as malicious, but it was weird.
So with that being said, what is the rating through this fuckery?
A lot of, hard work went into this, except for whoever's job it was to, keep the audience understanding the story. So you get a point, Doc, for being just genuinely boring until the very end. Like, you're wasting creepy scenes. They just went nowhere, and that just... What you had put work and thought into it now just feels useless and pointless. So you get docked for that. You also get docked for just keeping me confused, and not in a good way where it's like, ooh, that was a good twist. It was like, I'm still just genuinely confused. And the movie is over. So confused in the way when we're watching something like Slumber Party Massacre or After School Massacre or something like that. Confused because you're just like, what the fuck? Versus confused being like, oh, I don't know where the story's going. Those are two different... I don't understand because they both kind of sound like the same thing. I did not know where the fuck this thing was going. Okay.
The rating is...
The rating is going to be a 3 for me. I can't make it lower than that because everything else was just produced and acted and, very well. But it's such a waste. A waste of minutes. A waste of dead space and creepy shots.
I generally agree. I'm going to give you a 3.5 out of 5. Hereditary. What you did was pretty strong for the most part. Again, Jessica alluded to it. Everything was well done. We cannot knock production at all here. But you're a bit boring, and there's just kind of this illogical story going on, which would have meant you got a 2.5. But for that Charlie death, Jesus Christ, that's gonna stick with me for a while. So you get one whole point for that, because that is, I assume, on horror movie kill list now. in the top 10 for most of them. And it doesn't matter if they're modern or go all the way back. That's definitely in there. So I guess that wraps this one up.
Well, we hope you guys are not as bored watching this episode as we were.
I hope you're not as disappointed. Because I was really hoping this would be the, oh, we're going to enter the, golden age of horror movies from Hereditary. No. Or at least I hope not. I hope most horror movies aren't like this.
Well, this wouldn't be the first time the critics let me down, so we hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all in the next one.